Welcome to the White and Mackay Premier League, and this is the Ball Sports Premier League preview. This week, just 2 matches left in the group system because of the withdrawal of Wayne Mardle. But first up this week, we have Klassen against Mark Webster, the ex-BDO World Champion. That will be the first match-up in our challenge matches, and I just feel that Jelle Klassen's going to come into his own one of these days, and I think it's going to be this Thursday. I think he's really going to put the pressure on Mark Webster, although Mark Webster will have the Welsh crowd behind him, a big crowd in Cardiff tonight, and I think he may put up a good show, but I just feel that Klassen will take his chances tonight and perhaps nick Mark Webster. Second up, John Part against Gary Anderson. Now this could be a great game. John Part last week, just before he went on to play, changed his darts, which I don't think is a very good thing to do. Shouldn't do that. Changed his darts and his flights, which made the darts go in completely different than what they normally did, and that was why Terry Jenkins went on and beat him. Gary Anderson, we all know what a class player Gary Anderson is. He really can hit the treble 20s and he can take them doubles out and big shots. I see Gary Anderson making a real good game of it. He has something to prove like Mark Webster does, and I think that if John Part sticks with these darts, I think that Gary Anderson will beat him this week. Well, third game up tonight, Raymond Barney against Terry Jenkins. This is one of the last 2 matches in the group system, and Barney, happy with these new unicorn darts, played very well last week, and I think Barney's going to run out a winner here. But Terry Jenkins, not been taking his chances all year, but against John Part last week he did. If Terry Jenkins comes out and takes his chances, then he could have a good chance here, but I think Barney is just going to be too strong, and Barney wants to get that 3rd place in the league because he knows that Phil Taylor's playing Mervyn King, and it all depends on 3rd and 4th place because, let's be honest, everybody wants to stay away from Phil Taylor. And talking of Phil Taylor, he takes on Mervyn King last game on. Now, I spoke to Phil last week and he is really up for this. He really wants to give Mervyn King a bit of a trouncing, because if he does, that means that Phil will probably play him in the semi-final at Wembley for the final stages on the Bank Holiday Monday. And I think that Phil really is up for this, and I see nothing but a really convincing Phil Taylor win. If Mervyn King wants to get anything out of this game, he has got to up his game to what he's been playing. I'm talking about an extra 10 points on his average. I think you're going to have to look at 110 average to get even a draw out of Phil Taylor this week. I think that Taylor is going to go for the world record on the highest average. It stands at 116 that he did 2 weeks ago, and he's looking and told me that he's looking for 120. He's looking for a big percentage on his doubles, he's looking for big checkouts and a lot of 12 darts against Mervyn King. So I think Mervyn King has really got a task on his hands this week. Well, every week Ball Sports give me £200 for a charity bet, and my charity bet this week is Phil Taylor to win the first leg against Mervyn King at 11 to 10, and Barney to hit the first 180 against Terry Jenkins at 8 to 11. That pays a nice little bit of profit. Well, if you'd like to take my advice or even have a little punt yourself, go to ballsports.com or phone them on 0800 44 00 00.